Hey everyone, Sam, Tim, and Adam here, and welcome to Flipper Flicks.
We want you to know that today's episode is brought to you by Omio.
Well, that sounds fancy. Wait a sec, is that the travel booking platform we used for our trips in Europe?
Heck yeah, it is. Omio can and will make planning a trip to Europe and North America easy peasy. All you have to do is enter in your travel details, and Omio will magically give you all of the train, bus, flight, and ferry options for your journey. Best of all, using Omio saves you time and money. That's a win-win in our books.
Sounds like Omio wants to help you leave your house this summer and book your first real vacation for 2021.
By offering 5% off your next booking, just head to omio.com and use the code OMIO5 at checkout. It's valid until July 31st for new users on all modes of transportation.
Omio. Plan, book, and love the journey. Terms and conditions apply.
Juice! Juice! Juice!
Juice.
We have a winner!
Juice.
It's Flipper Flicks! Ah, yeah, Juice! Winner! I didn't understand that the whole time, to be honest with you.
Me neither. I'm
But
hoping
you're not
Adam can
supposed
help
to.
clarify it.
I think it was, yeah, I don't
Okay.
know, but...
Yeah, I can, and I will.
Okay. Well, I'm Tim. This is Flipper
Hey,
Flicks. And we have a movie review for you. Because that's what we do.
I like that intro. We might have to start. We
I'm-
have to remember that so we can keep doing that.
Yeah, and I'm step 2
Oh,
of the movie review, and
Yeah.
I'm Adam, and I'm going to tell you
Whoa.
about our social media.
Whoa.
oh, but you stopped the rhyming there for a little bit.
I know. I can't rhyme forever.
I was like really hyped that you were gonna somehow make it all rhyme.
If I could do that, I should look for new careers.
Yeah, you should be a poet for sure.
Yeah. No. That sounds like a terrible thing for me. That's not my career outlook.
You don't want to write poems on the social media for us?
Nope. That's
Okay.
Tim's job.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody
So, yeah,
forgot
we're
to
on
tell
some-
me something.
Yeah. Remember those YouTube videos? And now you got poetry. You can write haikus. That's cool. You can catch those on Instagram at FlipperFlix or Twitter. Same handle. We're not creative.
Yeah, maybe I should just let you have free reign of the Twitter, Tim, and then you can just like write haikus all the time. Or just like post cat pictures. I mean, either one.
Or dog.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But then we also have a website, one of those things where you can recommend movies. It's www.flipperflix.wixsite.com/home. We're gonna one day
Flipper Flicks.
ignore that I just stuttered, and we're gonna buy ourselves a domain.
Yeah,
one day.
We'll get there.
Maybe not today, but one day.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Or not.
No,
Or
probably
I
not.
mean.
Feel it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah, you guys-
happen.
You guys can also rate us and review us.
Rate me.
That's a
Rate.
thing. Like Apple Podcast does it, and like I think Amazon too.
Yeah.
Breaker.
Good pods.
I got them good pods.
I think the only place you can't rate is Spotify.
And Anchor, our host.
But
yeah. You can catch us at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. New
Mm-hmm.
episodes drop.
I was going to say you could subscribe on Spotify.
Ooh, you can. Smash that subscribe button! Isn't that what they say on YouTube?
I don't know.
Sure.
None of
I
us
don't
are
know.
YouTubers.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not on
This
the
is
YouTubes.
correct.
Not yet, we're not. Ooh.
Whoa.
But we are. We're just.
Everybody just tell Tim to get on YouTube
I
and
don't-
do lasso tricks.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't. What? Yep.
But yeah, going on to our next step.
I'm Sam. I'm step 3.
Hi, step 3.
This week we spun director's cut. I hope that they heard you whisper that to me.
I heard something, but I didn't.
Yeah. And so we spun director's cut, and so Adam and Tim picked Darren.
Aronofsky.
Thank you. I was like, it starts with an A. I don't remember.
It's Aronofsky.
Yes, and yeah, I don't. Why did you pick him? I guess we can start there.
Oh, we gave Sam 2 choices, didn't we, Tim?
Yeah, we did.
We were like, do you want an action film Or do you want...
Like a thinker, right?
Or a thinker. And Sam chose thinker.
Yeah. I like to think.
Yes.
Some days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Darren Aronofsky is known for such film bro movies like Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the one that you liked him? The Island? No.
Fountain.
Fountain, yeah.
The Island's the one I like. That's a different director.
Yes.
We were deciding between Stephen Sommers and
I don't know who
Darren
Stephen
Aronofsky.
Sommers is.
He did like Van Helsing and The Mummy Returns.
You guys really just wanted me to watch Van Helsing, didn't you?
Kind of. At least I did. Tim?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's a great movie, so.
Oh, right?
But anywho, I ended up choosing Requiem for a Dream because none of us had seen it.
Yeah, surprisingly.
And I thought we should watch a sad movie together.
Yeah, I almost picked it a while ago.
Yeah, you did. For I think it was the one where you could pick anything ever, and you almost picked it.
Not Dealer's Choice. Dealer's Choice.
Yeah. But anywho, I thought we could all use a nice cry together, even though we weren't going to watch it together.
I know.
And so I picked this one, and the synopsis is...
Juice. We have a winner.
We do. The drug-induced utopias of 4 Coney Island people are shattered when their addictions run deep.
Like,
are you done?
Dude.
That's it. I tried to pick a short one.
A small one.
A small one.
A smart one.
Yeah, exactly. And this one was available on a platform, but we didn't catch it in time.
It's gone now.
I think you'll have to rent this one.
Probably.
Just as an FYI.
We did it on Google/YouTube. Tim, Amazon?
Yep.
Noise.
Amazonian. That was weird.
So I guess I can roll into my expectations since I picked it. Like I said, I know it's a film bro movie, so
juice.
I was like, we might as well do a film bro movie. And I knew it was really fucking sad. That's all I knew about it. That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
How about you, Tim? You've heard of it, right?
I definitely have heard of it. I actually used to listen to this song
all the time.
All the fucking time.
It's so good.
Wait, did you guys
so
listen
fantastic.
to it?
No.
Because of each other?
No.
Oh,
I don't think so.
You found it separately?
Yeah.
But anywho, it is a good song. Continue, Tim.
And then Rihanna had seen it. She's like, "It's really good. It's sad." I'm like, "Yeah, I know it's sad, but we'll see what's going on with it." And I was like, "This is about drugs, isn't it?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "I'm pretty sure it's about drugs." And she looked it up and she's like, "Oh yeah, it is." And then
How could you not think it's about drugs?
Yeah, and I was like, "I'm pretty sure."
Sorry, Anna. Sorry, Anna.
It's okay. I already grilled her for it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I knew it was good. I don't know how I had never seen it. This is definitely a movie that seemed like it was up my alley. So I don't know. I didn't know Jared Leto was in it. I can't remember the other dude's name.
Spoilers.
Or the chick's name. Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, spoilers from 2000.
Who knows?
2000. They hit their 20th anniversary last year.
Wow.
Oh shit. But
weird, right?
That's what I got for it.
I guess I'll do mine as part 2.
Yeah.
Coming
Electric
number 3.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, I know. Same as Tim. Banging song.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. I've been listening to it at work for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Something like that. At least 8 years. I just knew it was sad, and it was like every time it's like, oh, if you liked Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless, that movie with Jim Carrey, you would like this, and I'm like, okay, but that movie's sad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be sad at the moment. It's like it's one of those things you had to be in the mood for.
Yeah.
This was my expectation. I expected to have to be like, I had to sit down and just watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Be in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
AutoZone. Maybe they'll sponsor us one day. But yeah, those were my expectations.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
That sounds about right.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
From a 21-year-old movie. This movie can drink in America.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
So yeah, where do we want to get started? I can say that the split screen, I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah. the filming in general for this movie was pretty cool. And just seemed different, and I don't think there's any other films that film like it. I don't know. It was
I
good
would
direction.
agree, because I'm gonna just go into my extra notes. I'm gonna pluck from it immediately. This movie was literally, the cinematographer went for, and I quote, a hip hop montage, which means it's a series of extremely short cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So typically, an average 100-minute film would have around 600 to 700 cuts in it, and like, so this is about 20 minutes longer, so maybe 700 to 800. This had 2,000.
Damn.
More than 2,000.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense, because whenever they'd, like, light up and get high and all that, like, they'd, like, cut.
And it was always, like, the same scene, though. Like, that cut was always the same series.
So, the dilation was actually wrong.
Oh.
The eyes are actually supposed to go pinpoint because of heroin.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know about drugs, but I read that.
Yeah.
I know that drugs are bad and okay.
Yes, drugs are bad and okay. As this movie shows you.
No.
Dude, but right off the bat, he's like Jared Leto's character, Harry. He's like banging on the door, yelling at his mom, and I'm like, oh no, please don't say there's like abuse in the family.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not in the mood for that. And then he just takes the fucking TV.
Yeah.
And then they roll it so far.
Really far.
Yeah,
really
like very far.
And then he said, like, you'll get it back in a couple hours. I'm like, does he bring it back on some kind of deal? And then, nope, she buys it. She goes and buys it back.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought that was
alright,
insane.
Yeah.
Like, when they opened the ledger and, like, she was in it, like, a million times. Like, she always goes and buys back the TV. I'm like, damn, girl.
I know.
Commitment.
Fucking Sarah.
Yeah.
So, right from the beginning, I was like, okay, so we're going to follow Harry, Tyrone, and Marion. And then Sarah just kept popping up, the mom.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, shit, she's a main character.
Mm-hmm.
Just because a lot of times the mom in the film is, like, just a side character.
You didn't expect her to be a main character at all.
Yeah. I don't know. That took me aback, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked that she had her own story, and it wasn't just, like you said, like, Harry shows up and she's, like, a side character for those scenes. Like, she actually had her own...
She is her own thing.
arc, yeah.
Yeah. And she's always watching infomercials. I'm like, they nailed that old lady scene. Fucking infomercials, man.
I mean, do people on drugs watch infomercials? Because Harry's watching an infomercial at some point. Yeah, and I'm like...
Oh, he's watching it for a locket.
Yeah, do they just, like, turn on the TV and veg out in front of it?
I mean, in that time, though, it was, like, all the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember commercials
like, there's a specific
that.
channels you could go to that it was on, but then, like, after a certain time, they were just on. Like, there was nothing you could do. That was all that was on. So I wonder if it was kind of that situation. I mean, the mom obviously was watching, like, that talk show and stuff, and then, I don't know, but...
juice.
I don't know if that was a show or if it was a part infomercial. I don't know what was going on there.
Well, like, I mean, even Nickelodeon had those infomercials in them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd always go to your mom and dad and be like, oh, I really want that toy. And they're like, I'm not buying you a toy off the TV.
Yeah.
But why not?
I'm like, but it's right there. I didn't see
But,
this toy.
but I get 3 for the price of 1.
And it looks cool.
And it flies. Mom, it flies.
Oh, my.
That's what I was thinking of during those scenes. Like, because it was about that time.
Well, yeah, because, like, that's why I asked the question, because I'm like, I didn't really watch a lot of infomercials, right? Like, you knew they came on at a certain time, like you guys said. And then...
around 3 a.m.
Yeah, or you
South
had the
Park
kids
stopped.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I will say, like, recently, this year, we were in... just like a restaurant, and they were playing an infomercial for like one of those weight loss things where you stand on the belt and it just like jiggles your fat.
Oh my god, I forgot.
And it felt very odd to like all of the TVs surrounding us had the infomercial on, and I'm like, this is real weird. Like, can't you change the channel at the restaurant? Like, literally anything else.
It was like a sports bar.
Yeah.
So we
had to watch them
hundreds of TVs
jiggle a bunch of fat people while we ate. It was funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you're eating food, watching a diet program.
Yeah. Well, is it though?
Yeah, exercise in quotes.
Exercise where you don't exercise.
So Tim, when we're all old and crusty, will you move into an apartment near us and we can all sit out in lawn chairs
I loved that.
and sunbathe?
That was so weird. I was like, what is happening?
I
That
know.
was so weird.
I don't know. I
you know.
loved it.
It was
some
fun. Like,
reason.
it made, I don't know. Like, I guess it was one of those things that made sense for the time or something. I don't think people
Yeah.
really do that anymore. I don't know. It's just a little weird to me. But
Did you guys notice that like the positioning of them was like their like popularity?
Oh.
yeah,
in
that's
air
why she
quotes.
said when she got in the middle, it was the best seat, the most sun, and all this shit.
Yep.
Oh, I did say, yeah, she said she got, like, the best chair or whatever, and
Yeah.
I thought she meant, like, literal, like, her chair was falling apart and they upgraded her chair, not, like,
No, like
the
literally
spot
location.
where she was.
So like
Oh.
originally when she first went down, she was on the very end.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because she was a nobody then.
Yeah.
But she starts taking them diet pills, which are just speed.
Yeah,
Or
literally,
something.
apparently just being, and the doctor was a piece of shit. No, you're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously.
Like, what? Where was this at? Like, even in 2000, like, is this based in 2000s?
No.
Okay,
it's
'cause,
like
like,
80s and 70s.
That's what I thought, and because it was like with all the TV and shit. But
Must be the 80s most likely because of the big system.
yeah, they're just fucking. I don't even know.
It was weird, right? Like them prescribing speed.
Prescribing
I'm like,
speed, and yeah.
and she's just like, the one lady was, I'll have a chopped liver and pastrami on rye. I don't know why that like stuck out to me. I think it's because Sam made a stink face, and she's making a stink face right now.
It just sounds fucking terrible. I haven't had it, but it doesn't sound good to me. That doesn't appeal to me.
No, I know.
Tim?
That doesn't appeal to you? No.
So Tim's
Yeah,
gonna do a YouTube video.
I don't know about that one.
What?
Yeah.
Will you do a reel for us instead?
A real?
Instagram reel.
I'll do
Yeah,
it if you do it.
What? Eat that sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't done as many food challenges as we signed ourselves up for.
Yeah. Originally, you guys were like, we'll do one
Yeah,
once a
but-
month.
He's like, but this
I
one
don't know
really.
about that.
I'll work on you. I'll work.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd eat that, but like, whatever.
I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like it, but I'll
Well,
eat
yeah,
it.
that's the point. That you get on camera and you make your gross face. Come on now.
Gross.
But once she gets her drugs, like they were doing the drug scene, like the quick drug clips with her too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
I mean, she was.
Did you guys
shooting
feel?
up.
Yeah. Did you guys feel like that was like something straight out of like Dare? You remember Dare, D-A-R-E, Dare?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I feel like that would be like how they would show like people getting fucked up back in like grade school, like.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I
can
feel like
see
they
that.
actually showed you the process. They're like, this is what you do to get high. Don't do it. And then you're just like, well, you just showed me how.
So you see that vein in your arm? Stab
Yeah.
that.
Especially if it hurts a lot and it starts looking really bad. Keep stabbing.
Also, if you got them dollar bills, that's perfect to snort with. Thanks, Dare.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank
Actually, I had a
you.
friend. I had a friend who got high and then went and was a Dare instructor. Like it was the first time ever getting
Well-
high, and then he did Dare.
Wow.
It's funny
Yeah.
because apparently that program was a major failure. And
Oh no.
yeah, apparently a lot. Like I don't know all the stats on this, but there was something about it, and I don't remember where I learned all this, but apparently, like statistically, the kids that were in that class had a higher chance of, or like people that attended it had a higher
Do
chance
more
of
drugs.
doing drugs and shit.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was like the opposite. And so they it kind of disappeared if you haven't noticed. But
I haven't, but I haven't been to school.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
well,
I
do you
just
see the
kinda
dare
grew up
cars
out
driving
there.
around? You used to see them all the time, like the
I
don't know.
the cruisers with dare on the side. You don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. Huh.
Well, while we're on the subject of friends getting high, I had a friend who got high and then ate 2 pieces of cheesecake, and then he didn't remember what
Yeah,
they
I couldn't
tasted
remember.
like.
Well, like
Yeah.
man,
That's insane.
That's so unfortunate for that person.
And then, at least you had your hearing and your sight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady goes to the doctor. You got your hearing and your sight? I have both.
Yeah.
Like, no, she
But
said,
my
how are they?
refrigerator is.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was
Dude.
whack.
So,
I don't know what was going on there.
So that's the whole thing was like a fake fridge, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The inside started melting because they had so many like lights and shit.
Oh my
They
gosh.
put too much wattage in it, causing the inside of the prosthetic to melt.
That's crazy.
I know. And then, I mean, speaking of prosthetics, Sarah wore 4 different suits.
Really?
Yeah, she had 4 fat suits, 9 wigs.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 fat?
I wouldn't have thought
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like,
Well, at the beginning, she's substantially bigger.
yeah.
And by the end, she didn't even fit in the red dress.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Huh. Crazy.
So, I don't know. I just thought that was a little interesting.
It is interesting.
Oh, okay.
It is, yeah.
I was agreeing. I was just thinking about it, being like, well, damn, you don't even think like that much work goes into it, but it's true, man.
So getting back to the friend group. The trio.
The old ladies? Oh, the trio.
The trio. The old ladies are funnier, in my opinion.
I don't know. I liked that they sat on the curb. It didn't make any sense, but I was here for it. Okay, now you can talk about the trio.
The trio, though, they have this grand scheme of selling drugs.
Yes.
And then
Getting rich.
getting rich off of it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, but we're also going to buy a storefront.
Yeah.
Was that for her to like design her clothes, or was that for the drugs? I couldn't
Not
tell.
really sure.
Or both.
I
was
thought
gonna
it
just
was.
be a front, but
I definitely thought it was because they were going to actually design clothing.
Yeah.
right, but then sell drugs as well.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
In the back room.
Yeah, they had a spot. They were hitting it big, but then their supply ran was empty.
Got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't that they got caught. It was between like the Italians and
the other group.
yeah.
Yeah, their group seemed to be like, we don't have any more, and like people just be getting killed.
Yeah. That
Oh
was
yeah,
crazy.
because that dude. Yeah. That's right. Because that deaf dude. They got shot in the car, and I wasn't sure like what happened there, but yeah, I guess it was like an Italian driver, and they like kind of fucked him over, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, he opened
Yeah.
the thing and just blasted it.
Blasted all of them, and then the cops showed up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I
And
can remember.
then Tyrone like got up and ran, and then the cops. Yeah.
And then they
And
got caught.
think that's how they ran out of money though, because they had to post bail.
They did have to
Maybe.
post bail, and then he bought his mom the TV, and then they had to pay for something else. Like, it was like post bail, post TV, and then he's like getting in the box one more time for something. And he's like, "Don't worry, we'll fill it back up." I don't remember what the third
That was to
thing
go buy more drugs.
They
Yeah.
they were going to the Florida salesman.
Yeah.
Who the orange scene had to do with The Godfather.
Oh.
Something with I think The Godfather like
That
eats
makes
an
sense.
orange.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Some idiot some junkie just starts shooting up. Like
Yeah.
literally shooting
Of course,
up. and
messes
then-
it up for everyone.
Yeah.
I know. Fucks up the whole drug deal.
Yeah.
It seemed like they had plenty too. Like they could have all just waited.
Yeah.
I don't know how they'd be making enough money to even think that they're making money at that situation, because they're buying from those guys who are just selling it to whoever, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are you going to do? Then you're going to take a cut of that and go sell it for a higher price somewhere else. I don't know. I guess because they're getting it from a source, so they're getting it maybe for a better price, I would imagine, but I would also
Wholesale.
think not.
Yeah.
They're
They're getting
exactly.
a wholesale.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how street drugs work, okay?
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm not a distributor.
I'm thinking about this as like a legit business. It's like, that's not how it
Yeah.
works.
I think it was funny like when Harry goes to his mom. Yeah, I got a real job. I'm a distributor now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that conversation, like her monologue about being old.
Ugh. That's when it started to get sad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, her only reason for existence was like gonna be on TV, and
Yeah.
like, oh my god, yeah, that was when I was starting like, oh shit, this is when it starts.
Deep
yeah,
breaths, deep breaths.
it's about to get real.
Dude, the monologue itself. So the cinematographer's taking like the close up of her, and then it just starts to drift off because he started crying, and like it fogged up the whole thing, and he lost track of where they were.
Oh, I gotta want to go watch that scene now.
Yeah.
Right. So Aronofsky goes to him and he's like, "Hey man, are you okay? Like you started sliding off," and he sees him crying. He's like, "Oh shit." And they ended up using the cut.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's weird. Crazy.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was so depressing. So sad.
So sad.
Well, before it got even sadder, I think this was earlier. His friend was his name Tyrone?
Yeah.
He like gets high and he's like, right now I'm grooving with these mirrors I got, and he's like moving the mirrors like back and forth. Yeah, and I was just like grooving with the mirrors. I mean, I don't know. I feel that kind of.
He had some lines.
Yeah,
man.
he did.
He definitely did. All I wanted to do was make his mama happy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to get back into the sadness.
sorry. After the old monologue, the mom is just like, "Oh, you have a girlfriend? I don't need any presents. Just have a baby."
Oh my God, she's all about the grandbabies.
Oh my goodness.
She didn't want that monster TV.
Nope.
No.
Because if that was the 80s, that TV set is expensive.
I know. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh God!" I said that out loud. I was like, "Man, oh God!" He spent a lot on that. That's for sure. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then poor little Marion had to go prostitute style.
Yeah.
With that bald dude.
Her steady decline, slow and steady decline.
Yep. I was like, who the fuck is this guy she's on a date with?
Yeah.
And then I found out later.
Yeah. That was
It's a fun time.
like her regular, I guess. I don't know.
Yep. More or less. It was not Tiger Woods. And
Not
I
Tiger
did not
Woods.
just want foot massages. Sorry, that was not actually at Tiger Woods. That's a Sunny reference.
Always a reference. But also a callback to Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Oh, look at us.
We're really good at movie reviews.
guys, we're almost professional. No, we're not.
We're getting there. Oh, wait.
We're getting there. But like that, my next note, the mom's hallucinations, what the fuck? Like when she's like,
the TV, the people coming out of TV. Oh my goodness.
yeah, Shooter McGavin's just coming up yelling at her.
Yeah. And then she like sees herself,
But it wasn't herself.
But yeah, but it was like a crazy version of herself, and then like everybody comes out and does like a conga line or something. Like it was crazy. I don't know. Her decline, I guess, since there's so many different declines. Her decline for me was the hardest to watch, just because like it felt. Our cat's deciding that she's depressed.
A
right
vocalist.
Now. Yeah.
That one.
So, I don't know, like, just the way that they shot it and how she was always, like, scared of a noise and the camera would jerk. I don't know. Her decline to me felt the realist. Like, it felt like it was very psychological, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
And, like, with the Shooter McGavin, I just call him Shooter McGavin because that's who he is to me. Mm-hmm. But his name is Tabby Tibbins.
Okay.
So, do you guys remember what step 1 and 2 actually were?
No. Like pre-food?
Yeah, so step 1 of his diet plan.
Yeah.
It was no red meat.
Yes.
So Tim's dead.
I'm
doomed.
out. Yeah, I'm out.
Tim's doomed. I can basically survive with no red meat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just eat chicken or fish. Next step, no sugar. I'm out. I am out.
It's very difficult to get no sugar because
I know
it's in everything.
Even making your own food, unless you're growing everything, it can be very difficult to reduce sugar. I mean, it's easy in the aspect of don't eat this, don't eat that, to make your own food, but it's a lot harder.
Diets suck.
To just get rid of it entirely, and I also don't know that you want to get rid of it entirely.
You need a little bit of it.
The same thing is like carbs just turn into sugar. Like when carbs are basically just sugar, just in different form. So it just really depends on what you eat, what carb and stuff like that. But because obviously there's like good carbs and then there's like bread and shit, but which is also got sugar in it, and then your body metabolizes it like sugar, whatever. But
Tim Sugar Rant.
yeah, sugar. I'm done with this. Moving on.
Okay. So step 3 was never said.
Yeah, right. We were chatting about
take
that
speed.
a little bit. Yeah,
It was
apparently.
It was not.
It's black coffee.
So there are 2 different versions of step 3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So step 3, the one that's in the book, which this movie is based off a book, and the writer Hubert Selby Jr. is actually in the movie.
Nice.
But in the book, it is stop all pharmaceuticals. So no more speed, no more drugs.
So she's out.
So it was definitely speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear
So
you.
when she's like sitting there, you see how she like phases out. She never sees step 3.
She never
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
So that makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But actually what it was in the movie, so the producers, first off, I should say, the producers got all like wishy-washy. This is the first time like the trivia like on IMDb has like gotten into like the producers like being like, no, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They said, no, you can't say no pharmaceuticals. The pharmacy companies will think it's an attack on them.
Of course they
Yeah.
did.
So the producers were like, you can't say that. So it said no orgasms written on a chalkboard in his video.
Wow.
So Aronofsky actually had the guy, Tabby Tibbins, say step 3 is no orgasms, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't like that.
Yeah.
So he cut that whole part out to make it like when she's like, when they're getting to step 3.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense. I
thought that was like a really good move on his part.
Yeah.
Smart.
But the other thing that is like documented was Aronofsky goes to the writer Selby and he's like, hey, what are your thoughts on making them all teenagers? He's like, you know what? I agreed that'll put like an even harder impact, like a more like if you're watching 3 teenagers
Mm-hmm.
fall into this like heroin like distribution shenanigans, you're gonna be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then the producers are like, we'll never make it into the theaters. Never.
What do they know?
Yeah.
So Selby was like actually upset because like he wrote it. They were the age in his book.
Gotcha.
And Aronofsky, the director, was just like, let's make them younger. And he's like, yes, that'll come through great. And then they were like, no. And he's like, I want them younger. So
He should have made this movie 20 years later. They could have been as young as he wanted them to be.
yep. I just thought that was crazy.
Although, Jennifer Connelly's not that old. And neither was Jared Leto at this time,
No.
were they?
I mean, she's like 30 at that time.
Really?
Really?
But she was 15, guys. She was 15 in the
Shit,
Labyrinth.
you're right.
In 1985.
Wow.
This is 15 years later.
Wow. But she looks young. And Jared
does.
Leto was like in baby Jared Leto.
Jared Leto,
form.
I don't
Yeah.
know his age, but Jennifer Connelly was probably about 30.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I know.
Hmm.
Sorry, I was just.
I
doing
mean,
some math.
okay, that makes more sense. Like, if you think about some of the scenes she had to do.
Oh, you're talking about that last scene, eh?
Yeah, I was like,
Big
damn.
Tim, with Big Tim?
Yeah,
His
okay.
name is Big Tim, by
So
the
that whole thing, like, okay, so you're already getting wrecked, right, by her I'm old monologue. And then we kind of see her, Sarah's decline when she, like, goes to the office and she's, like, trying to figure out when she wants to go on TV. And then she gets committed. And then, like, by the time you get to the shock therapy, I'm like, this escalated so much. Like, I just can't deal with everything that's happening right now.
I even said I think she's going to shock therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know why. Like, I thought that wasn't even a thing, even like in the 80s and stuff. I didn't think that was still a thing, but
I don't
it
know.
could be. I don't know. That was fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you doing this? She was literally just on speed. Like, fucking.
I know.
She was
I don't
addicted
know
to
if she got.
speed.
I don't know if she got like permanently fucked up from it, but I mean, she was taking a shit ton of it there at the end.
She
She was down on multiples, in every dosage. But
The guy that said you're whacked
Yeah.
was Aronofsky's dad.
uh,
I don't know. I always find little things like that funny. But, dude, she was fucked up.
I feel like, okay, so I don't know at all how this works, But I feel like after a couple days, like, I don't know, she would have been a little bit better. And couldn't they have just done, like, blood work to be like, oh, you have a shit ton of drugs in your system?
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know.
but we're
That would
talking
be the
about
responsible
the 80s.
thing to do.
We're talking about the 80s.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like if they did it and they had the resources for that, I feel like it was around. It was probably just really slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, technology-wise, maybe they couldn't see everything depending on
That's
age
true.
and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to give them excuses because that was bullshit to me, and I agree. I think, like, that's wild to me that they, you know, she got committed and they didn't consider drugs and all this shit.
Or
and it's like,
anything,
come
yeah.
on, are you serious? A person with
Yeah.
no history that you know of, you know her name, she told you your name. I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just like...
Also, we're going to put her in a sleeper hold to feed her.
Right! I wasn't sure what was happening on this scene at first.
I know, I
Oh,
was
God.
so confused.
And they're just nonchalantly having a conversation. That was great.
I know. I'm like, you should talk to her. You should say something to her. Say anything to her. She looks like she's freaking out, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I'm just going to go get my car washed. It just rained and ruined the wax job. Just bullshit like that was what they were talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Just stupidity.
Yeah.
But they did a good job at showing, like, not a relapse, that's the wrong word. Like, the crave for drugs, I thought. Like,
Sure, yeah.
all of them did. Aronofsky apparently went to Leto and Wyans, like, the guy that plays Tyrone and Harry and Tyrone, sorry, doing them respectively now, and was like, hey, you guys cannot have, for the next 30 days, no sugar, no sex. So that you can get your body attuned to, like, craving.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Some method acting there.
Honestly, though, 30 days is too long. If you want to get somebody in, like, prime craving, it depends on the person when it comes to sex, but sugar-wise, back on the sugar rant, I guess, I guarantee you would have better results telling somebody to take a week off from it. Or not even a week. It's just a couple days, like, you know, depending on how much they have, their intake or whatever. A week will probably give you better results than 30 days of no sugar. Because once you hit, like, 30 days, your body, you're probably kind of, like, feeling better and used to it.
Oh, they weren't, like, going on screen right after it. They just wanted them to feel the craving.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They were not like, all right, 30 days, we're going to start, you know, and then I want you to have that craving. They just want them to have, like, the idea of, or, like, the feeling of what it was. I gotcha, okay. That makes more sense then. I was like, if they're, what, I don't know, in the moment feeling, yeah, no, but I get it now.
But for reals, Leto is crazy with his method acting, which I'm sure people have read about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For this movie, though, he went and hung out with a bunch of heroin addicts. And he was like, okay, so I'm actually going to try and he shot up water into his vein because he wanted to, I don't know, he's crazy. Anyways.
He is.
He's like, it was extremely painful and never doing that again.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the tub scene, Sam?
The tub scene where she's, like, screaming underwater.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt it.
I
don't know.
It was a vibe.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always talking about how these angry people, like, oh yeah, I understand. Like, I'm not really that angry of a person, but
She's
I could
not.
I could get there.
But so it's a whole interesting background on how that scene came to be.
Ooh.
Yes, I know. Aronofsky again saw an anime back in 1997 called Perfect Blue, and there is a scene, that exact scene, where they go over top and then the girl screams in the bathtub. So he went and bought the live action rights to the film so he could have that exact replica in the scene.
Oh, nice.
Also, he saves us from an anime to movie live action.
Oh, true. Thanks for that.
It's like a 2-for-1, guys.
Yeah.
Real save right there.
No, I mean, I did think that scene was cool, though.
I thought it was really,
like,
it was done really well to me.
Yeah. I liked it.
Oh, and then another kind of interesting scene. So you know how he calls her?
Yeah.
Harry calls Marion. And, like, they actually have that conversation across the soundstage from each other.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah. So those are reactions are, like, actually playing against each other.
Oh.
So.
I
wonder if they knew each other's lines.
Oh, probably, but.
I would imagine they did, but.
Yeah. You could tell he wasn't coming home.
Oh, yeah, that was
Right.
another rough scene. You're going to
Yeah,
make me cry
tonight.
right now.
Coming home tonight, and you're like, no, sorry, pal, you're not. Like,
Dude, you're 500 miles away. You're in Virginia.
yeah.
And at that point, his arm...
Oh my god.
Oh, it was so fucked.
Dude, my note on that is Tyrone reacted better to Harry's arm than Sam and I.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, oh my god.
He was basically like, you need to see a doctor. That looks rough. But, like, we're like, we're like, it's like another thing we couldn't
screech.
see in theaters.
We both screeched at that part. Tim,
Oh, no.
you do that?
Yeah,
Or-
I screech? No.
Ah!
But I was like, oh god. That was
Dude.
my reaction.
I made an audible noise.
Yeah, I think we both did.
I mean, that's
actually
what I
kinda,
did.
like,
I mean, I
yell.
was like, oh god. But,
Oh man.
Dude, yeah. They're all like going just downhill fast.
Yeah.
At one point, Sarah looks like a goddamn zombie.
Yeah.
mhm.
But, yeah. I don't know, because we kind of are getting to the end.
Yeah, this movie, like it.
It just
I was
kinda-
like, oh, 100 minutes. Like, it doesn't sound bad. Like, it didn't seem like a long movie, and it kind of didn't really feel long. But then I was like, man, this is
No.
still going. But
There was a point where I'm like, I had to go to the bathroom in the middle of it, and it was like 40 minutes in, and I'm like, oh my god, I think this was post old lady, old scene. I'm like,
yeah.
I still have an hour left of depression?
Yeah.
Great! Sorry, Sam, you look like you're about to say something. No? Okay. Do you think Harry lives at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they amputated his
Cut
arm,
his
right?
arm off.
Yeah.
Okay. So, before they made that scene, the director, grew up in the generation of like the Brady Bunch and stuff like that, where everything comes to a happy ending.
Okay.
So, he tossed around the idea of making this, somehow getting this movie to have a happy ending, and Selby was like, no. He's like, well, does Harry does Harry live at the end? He's like, of course. And taking him back, Aronofsky's like, why of course?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, that's like a very strong answer.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, well, the character still has to suffer more.
Ugh!
Yeah.
Ugh!
He was like, basically, like, if anybody's been on this planet for 20 years, understands that life is not always pretty.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's like shit like this.
Yeah, like a hard crash and burn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's just like, I want that message to be seen.
Yeah. Understandable.
Sam's frowning real big
It's
right
just
now.
like, just like, okay, so this movie was sad, but then even just talking about this movie
I
makes me
know.
sad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
heart-wrenching.
But in other news, I'm out of notes.
Yeah.
Sam?
Me too.
Tim, Sam.
Oh, I mean, just my final thought was that, like, the music is really good in this
They had a
movie.
Oh,
live-
it's so good.
They had a live string quartet.
Yeah, I saw that. It said, like, music done by or like quartet. It said it in the production, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, nice.
At the very beginning,
Mhm.
you can hear a tap tap, like, and then the violins and string instruments start going,
Oh,
and it's supposed to like reference like the director starting the film.
nice.
And I think there's a closing sequence too.
Nice.
Yep.
But yeah, I just thought that the music was really good, but like
Oh
the
my
rest
God.
of the film kind of just left me like wrecked. And that's all I wanted to say.
That was
Okay.
the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So for the cast, da, 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 da. Sarah Goldfarb. Yeah, her last name was Goldfarb.
Mhm.
Ellen was played by Ellen Burstyn. She
Okay.
She was Old Murph in Interstellar.
What?
Oh shit! You're right. I thought I recognized her. Holy shit!
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought you guys would get a kick out of that because that's probably
I
like
thought
the
she
last
looked
sad
familiar.
movie.
I just wasn't sure. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
she's in a new movie coming out called Queen Bees, or it is out. It came out. It's a 2021 film.
Nice.
She's in the OG Exorcist,
Ooh.
and then Pieces of a Woman.
Oh.
Well, that
Sam
doesn't
watched that.
sound.
No, not like Wolf of Snow Hall, Pieces of a Woman.
Okay.
No, that's another. If you want to be sad, you should
Yeah,
watch it.
yeah, she's good at making people sad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Harry Goldfarb was played by Jared Leto. He's in
Whoa.
The Little Things,
Mhm.
30 Seconds to Mars, Fight Club, Dallas Buyers Club is probably one of his biggest films
Yeah.
that he's done. I think he won an Academy Award for that.
Yeah, I think so.
Marion Silver. Yes, so Goldfarb was dating Silver. Was played by Jennifer Connelly. It's like the third time we've had her.
I was going to say, is she our most watched
she's
actress?
We got like a couple people that are 3.
Okay.
No, we have a lot of directors that are 3.
Because we saw her in Labyrinth, Rocketeer, and now this.
Yeah. Which she's only been in 51 things.
I know, so it's funny that she keeps popping up for
I
us.
She's in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh.
She's Spider-Man's voice in his suit.
Nice.
I'm trying to do ones I haven't said.
Yeah.
She's in Career Opportunities and Hulk.
Nice.
Tyrone C. Love. Mm-hmm. So, Love, the guy that just wanted love from his mom, his last name is Love, was played by Marlon Wayans of the Wayans family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. I don't know why.
There are like 8 of them that are in the film industry.
Yeah.
He is in White Chicks.
Yep.
Little Man. And then, let me clear my throat for this one. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
I feel like we need to watch that.
Yeah, I don't know. My friend at work told me it's a film. It's a crazy one. I think he wrote Scary Movie.
Oh.
He and his brother did.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, they're pretty big, crazy enough. But he actually didn't want to do this movie at first. Then, actually, same with Ellen Burstyn. They both were like, I don't know about this. Then they watched Pi, and they're like, I need to work with Aronofsky.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're like, I need to.
That's pretty great.
Nice.
Marlon has even gone on record to say, I will act in anything he makes.
Nice.
I don't know if that still rings true, but hey.
He said it once.
He said it once. It was written down. I saw it on IMDb. You can't take it back.
Nope.
Exactly. Still talking about it 20 years later.
Tabby Tibbins is played by Christopher McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
Better known as Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
He's also in Thelma and Louise and The House Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing some weird movies in there. Big Tim. Not our Tim, Big Tim. It's played by Keith David. He's got that amazing voice where he plays Goliath in Gargoyles. He's also in They Live, The Thing, Armageddon, Pitch Black.
Nice.
Dr. Facilier.
Mm-hmm.
And then the laughing guard, like the guy that's like laughing at Tyrone. Because he's like, you fucked. That was Hubert Selby Jr.
Oh.
Like the prison guard that was laughing at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like, he was like an old man.
Yeah.
That was the director. Not the director, the writer.
Nice.
Darren Aronofsky. We've said his name quite a few times. He is the director of this film. Shocking. I actually got a couple movies that Sam didn't say at the beginning. Nice. Mother is his newest big one.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Black Swan, like Sam said. The Fountain. The Wrestler was a big one back in 2008. And Pi clearly was one that drew other actors into this movie. This movie was nominated for 1 Oscar.
Nice.
It was for Best Actress for Ellen Burstyn.
Nice.
She did not win. It went to, I forget what movie. But apparently people were pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she would have deserved it, to be honest.
Right.
The producers, just to shit on him some more for fun today, they told her, hey, we want to put your, because you had to like put in a bid to become like for like Best Actor and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before like the Academy even looks at you. The producers wanted to put her in for Best Supporting Actress, and she's like, no, Best Actress. Jot that down.
Bitch.
Yeah.
She claims it's her best acting she's ever done.
Aw.
I mean, it's wild. Yeah, she's really good.
The budget for this film was $4.5 million.
Well,
The box office was
It had to have smashed that.
7.4.
nice.
That's
It's
double.
more of a
like almost
it is.
double. So.
I would say it's more of a cult classic. It's like
Yeah.
Fight Club. Fight Club
Yeah.
didn't even do well in the theaters.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Movies that are like fucked in your brain back in like the 2000s
Yeah.
Right.
just didn't perform.
Yeah, I was trying to imagine people going to the theater to see this
Oh my God.
movie. And I was like, on the one hand, like, I feel like the experience will be that much crazier because of, like, the music being louder and all of the cuts and stuff. But on the other hand, I'm like, do you think that people, like, obviously people did go, right? But
Right.
I don't know. I didn't see the trailer, but if I saw a trailer for this, would it make me want to go, or would I just be like, that movie looks fucked up? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But the critics rated this film as 79%.
Okay.
Audience gave it a 93%.
Wow.
IMDb with an 8.3 out of 10. And Google with a 91%.
Dang.
I know, like, pretty good, pretty high. Like, especially IMDb. Over an 8 is kind of shocking.
Yeah.
But this is like one of those, like Sam said, it's a film bro movie. Like, everybody's like, you gotta see this film.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, it was put on a list of top 25 most dangerous films to watch.
Most dangerous?
Yeah, I don't really understand the criteria. I don't either.
Because it tells you how to get high, I guess. I don't know.
I think it was just, like, depressing. I don't know. It's also on the top 1,000 movies to see before you die.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess we shouldn't take other people's problems lightly. So I feel like if you were in this world or something like that, it could bring up some past trauma or something. Yeah. So that's fair.
But moving on, just going to steamroll right into the flipping it on or off. Mm-hmm. Tim, how about you?
Yeah, flip it on for sure. It is kind of fucky. It messes with you, and you do feel really bad during it, and you just see the decline of multiple people, and you just, like, it's hard to think about that this shit actually happens, but I think it was really well done and tastefully done, and it's kind of informative, so I think for sure. Also, I'll take a stab at Big Pharma. Fuck Big Pharma. They're all about making money. You gotta find good doctors that aren't there just to, like, you know, being paid by pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. Yeah, fuck Big Pharma.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my personal opinion, but not necessarily the pod's. So flip it on for sure. Check it out. I think it's a good one. I can't believe it took me this long to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would flip it on too. I don't know how often I'm going to flip it on. I don't need to be depressed every single day of my life. But I thought it was really well done. And yeah, it's one of those ones that I'm like, you should probably see it once. You don't have to see it more than once. I'm not asking you to see it more than once. Just flip it on. Get depressed for like a little bit. You know, it's cool. I mean, one last thing I forgot to talk about was at the end they all went into the fetal position.
Yeah,
I know.
It was real sad.
Yeah, big sad.
Yeah, it's just small things like that. I was like, ah. And finally, the depressor herself, chooser of the film, first of her name.
Yeah, I think it's worth a flip on, and kind of just like what Adam said. I don't know how often I would flip it on, right? Like, it's hard to watch, in my opinion. That being said, it's worth the watching, right? Both for the story and just kind of like seeing how everything unfolds, but also like it was done in a way that was like interesting. Like, I feel like they're not as creative about certain things, like the split screen shot that we were talking about, the quick cuts that we were talking about. The music is great. Like, I think I don't know. I'm just repeating what you guys said. But basically, yeah, it was really well done. And I think it's worth watching from a film bro perspective because it was really well done. But then it's also worth watching from, like, a humanity perspective. Like, you should see it. Yeah.
Because, like, not all drugs are hard drugs, like heroin. Like, people can get addicted to, like, diet pills, clearly.
Yeah,
air quote on diet pills.
I thought it was crazy when he was like Harry comes and visits her, and he's like, that shit's gonna kill you before you even get on TV, and it's just like...
Right.
Says the heroin addict.
Exactly! It's like, oh, man. Okay.
So, how do you know her so much? It's like, well, he kind of does.
Yeah, exactly.
But he doesn't take his own advice.
Yeah.
I know, like, pot calling the kettle black, or whatever. Yeah. So flip it on if you want to get sad.
Yes. Don't flip this on if you're like, I want to have a happy day.
Yeah, we turned on The Simpsons after this.
Yeah, you definitely have to like almost eye bleach.
Yeah, and we watched the episode where Homer eats a ribwitch and has the drug cut scene.
Yeah.
He gets addicted to ribwitches from Krusty Burger.
That's fucking great.
Yeah. So we decided we should watch that, or I did, and then I'm like, Sam, you gotta look up. She's like, oh man.
But yeah, I'd say flip it on if you want a sad movie. Flip it on if you want to see like an interestingly done movie, like it's artsy,
If you want to hear that dope ass music.
Yeah, if you're a Jared Leto fan or a Jennifer Connelly fan,
or Ellen Burstyn fan, or Marlon Wayans fan,
or.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would say that was like, I would say maybe that like Harry and Sarah got the most, but like for 4 actors and actresses, they were pretty even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to hopefully a happier next week. I'm gonna spin it up. Tim's up to bat. Let's see if he can cheer us up. I don't know. It shouldn't be that hard, should it?
I have a movie in mind.
Okay, because you got Box Office Bust. It's back.
Don't think
What?
it's gonna fit. We'll find out.
Awesome.
You have to put it on the list.
Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully we got a happier film for you next week.
Yeah.
So, see yas.